Welcome back, students, to the part 3 of respiration in organisms. In this video, we are going to talk about the mechanism of breathing in human beings. So let's get started. This is the diagram showing the respiration, or you can say the process of respiration in human beings. This contains the nasal passage, oral cavity, pharynx, trachea, lungs, ribs and diaphragm. All these parts together make up the human respiratory system. We will talk about the mechanism involved in the process of respiration in the upcoming slides. Before that, let's try to understand what is breathing. Breathing can be defined as a process in which organisms, with the help of their respiratory organs, take in the oxygen-rich air present in the surroundings and release out air that contains high amount of carbon dioxide in it. Breathing occurs continuously in organisms. Now, the two important words, or you can say the two important terms related to breathing are inhalation and exhalation. Let's see what these two terms mean. Inhalation is a process of taking the air in that contains the oxygen. Exhalation is a process of releasing out air that contains carbon dioxide out of the body. Inhalation and exhalation takes place alternatively in the breathing process. Simply put, the process during which you take in the oxygen in the body, it is called inhalation. And the process when you take out or you release out the carbon dioxide from your body, it is called exhalation. This is the diagram showing the process of breathing and the cellular respiration that takes place during this process. So here you can see it very clearly that the child is taking in oxygen and is releasing out carbon dioxide. Now this oxygen, when reaches lungs and to the cells, the mitochondria present in the cells uses this oxygen and converts the glucose into the energy. Now this energy is present in the form of ATP molecules. ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate molecules. Glucose in combination with oxygen produces carbon dioxide, water and ATP. The carbon dioxide produced during the process of cellular respiration is released out through the process called exhalation. Now there is a very important term related to the process of respiration in human beings. It is called breathing rate. Breathing rate can be defined as the number of times a person breathes in a minute. That means how many breaths a person takes place in a minute is called breathing rate. A breath can be defined as an inhalation followed by an exhalation. The breathing rate is not always constant in human beings. We generally breathe faster when our body needs more energy, for example, while exercising. This is so because the body needs more oxygen that can break down the food and produce more energy. We have discussed about the anaerobic respiration that takes place in the human muscles during the process of exercising. This is the same point which is actually targeting the breakdown of food and the production of energy in the absence of oxygen. An average adult human being breathes 15 to 18 times in a minute while exercising. This rate can change up to 25 times a minute. In this diagram, the process of breathing in and breathing out has been shown. The picture on the left hand side shows the process of breathing in. The air is inhaled. When the air is inhaled, the chest expands, and the chest expands due to the contraction of diaphragm. As the diaphragm contracts, it provides more space for the oxygen to come in. Also, the abdomen expands during the process of breathing in. Opposite thing happens in case of breathing out. When the air is exhaled out from the body, the chest gets contracted, the diaphragm relaxes and the abdomen contracts to exhale out the maximum amount of carbon dioxide from the body. The steps involved in the mechanism of breathing in human beings are as follows. We take in the air present in the environment through our nostrils, which travels through the nasal cavity. Then it moves through the windpipe and reaches the lungs. The lungs are located in the chest cavity, which is surrounded by the ribs. On the floor of the chest cavity lays a muscle sheet called diaphragm. During the breathing process, the movement of the ribs and the diaphragm takes place. This is so because the lungs expand and contract during breathing. As we take in air, it fills up the lungs. This moves the diaphragm downwards and rib upwards, as we have seen in the previous slide. The lungs, when releasing out air from the body, brings back the diaphragm and the ribs to their original positions. This is the diagram showing the movement of diaphragm during inhalation and exhalation. In the first diagram, or in the picture which is on the extreme left hand side, you can see the diaphragm is moving down. It is when the air is drawn in and the ribs also moves out. Whereas when the air exhales or the air is forced out, that is when the carbon dioxide is being released from the body, the diaphragm moves back to its original position and the ribs also come back to their original position. Have you ever wondered that why do we sneeze? Let's see what's the answer of this question. As we inhale the air present in the surroundings, sometimes various unwanted elements such as smoke, dust are also included in it. However, they get stuck in the air in our nostrils, but some of them can get through the nasal cavity. They thus cause irritation in the nasal cavity, which makes us sneeze. This helps in getting rid of the unwanted particles out of the nasal cavity. That is the reason that why do we sneeze.
This is the dictionary of the lesson that we have discussed in the previous videos. These are the terms that we have already discussed. So, the terms are aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, inhalation, exhalation, breathing rate, breathing, and cellular respiration. Learn these terms thoroughly. These are the questions of NCERT back exercise from question number 1 to question number 4. Question number 5 and 6 are on these slides. Question number 7. You have to try all these questions from the NCERT back exercise as we have explained the chapter thoroughly. This is the assignment of the chapter. You have to try these questions in your fair notebook of science. This is the diagram of human respiratory system. You have to draw this diagram in your fair notebook and you have to label it properly. Always draw diagrams using pencil and scale whenever needed. Thank you. I hope all the concepts related to the video are clear to you all. Try the assignment and the back exercise questions in your notebook. Have a nice day.